One of the most unique and visually appealing aspects of Tesla's design is the minimalistic approach to interior. They've done away with most of the buttons and knobs and focused all of your information and control to a centralized infotainment display. It is honestly a beautiful look that sets it apart from the competition. And while I love the look of this, there is no doubt that it does take some getting used to as far as seeing the information that you're used to seeing on your dashboard or accessing certain controls that used to be a simple click away. Safe to say that this is definitely not for everyone. Well, Tesla accessory company TLYARD actually has a solution for this and a product that we're going to go over on the channel today. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Max, and today we are going over the Tesla customizable button from TLYARD. These are essentially smart buttons that you sync with your phone and your car to control certain aspects of the vehicle to make them a click away versus having to navigate through different screens or on your phone. Think of them as shortcuts for your car. This specific model that TLYARD is selling is by Testars, and they have their own app that not only allows you to customize the button controls, but also has heads-up display functionality that we're going to go over today. The set that I received not only includes the buttons, but also includes a MagSafe charging mount that goes behind your steering wheel that holds your phone up so that it can display that information. So we're going to look at that today as well. And that particular set runs for $214.99, although you can get the set without the charger for $169.99. TLYARD was nice enough to send this product to me to review, so thank you so much for that. But they also did provide a discount code for my viewers. So if you use the code MIGHTYMAX, all one word at checkout, you can receive 26% off your entire order, no matter what you're buying. Definitely worth checking out their site. They don't just have the products we're looking at today. They have basically anything you could think of for your Tesla or for your EV. So worth checking out and use that discount code so you can get a ton off your order when you go to purchase. I will include all links in the description below if you're interested. And also a friendly reminder that if you're enjoying this video or any of my other content, please hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way in supporting this channel and ensuring that I can continue to make content like you're watching today. Alright, so let's get into the unboxing. So when you order these multifunction buttons from TLYARD, they include both a phone mount and then the multifunction buttons themselves. This is because the app functionality that allows you to use these multifunction buttons also works with the phone to give you a heads-up display, and I'll show that after installation, but it is also a really cool feature and a nice adder to get this MagSafe charger that you can install on your car. So let's get into the boxes themselves. Starting with the multifunction buttons, you can see this is a Testar product that they're selling. And immediately in a very nice display, we have our 5 buttons and then the sensor itself that wires directly into your car so it can communicate between the car, the buttons, and whatever settings you've set up on your phone. All of these buttons are designed to have a Cybertruck aesthetic, which is brand new and very cool to have. You can see you click here. It does have a little light showing that the clicking is working. They also all have unique symbols on the button itself right here that you can memorize to know what button is controlling what aspect of your car. Here you have the Testars adapter that communicates between the buttons, your vehicle, and your phone. You can see this is where you'll be wiring that in. Getting deeper into the box, we have a full set of instructions. You have your full wiring chassis setup so that you can connect from this to your vehicle. You get a bunch of extra 3M adhesives for the buttons. The buttons do come with 3M adhesive on them to begin with, so these are just spares, just in case you need to re-stick these anywhere. You get a little plastic crowbar that we use to get access to the parts of the car for where you need to do your wiring. Moving on to the mobile phone holder. Again, you have instructions, and then you have the mount itself. That's all that's in the box. And it's a pretty simple mount. You can see how it's designed to hold the phone up at this angle. Again, we have a 3M adhesive to attach it behind the steering wheel in the car for that heads-up display, and a long cable that will run into a USB-C port. And again, this is MagSafe compatible, so your phone sticks right on there, and it can see it has a very nice and solid hold on the phone. All right, so that's all you need to get started. to get the multifunction buttons and the associated charger installed. So let's move on to the install and get all that set up. So the first step of this install is going to the middle console from the back seat to access that panel that's below your AC vents. Here you will have the connection that you'll actually need to wire into to allow the transponder to communicate to your car and to your phone. Using the provided mini crowbar, you work your way around the seams to that panel and work the corners off to pop that off. It comes off pretty easily after you make your way around the top corners and should eventually just pop away. Once this is off, you will see the main connection that you're wiring into. For me, these are two blue clips, and after carefully disconnecting these wires, you're ready to wire in the connection that comes with the TLYARD kit. Then you connect in the split connector that's provided within the box, which you should clip right between the wires that you've just disconnected. Once that's wired in, you take the TLYARD transponder and plug it in the provided offshoot wire to connect it into the system. From here, you just need to reorganize the wires so that you can snap the panel back into place. You're gonna really wanna make sure you take the time to press those in so you get a clean look when you put that panel back in. And if you've done this all correctly, you can just pop that panel back into place. It'll snap in, aligning perfectly to the seams and look like you never took it off to begin with. Once that aspect is done, you move on to syncing your buttons with the TLYARD app. This is incredibly easy. Once you go into the app, choose the sync section of the app to add your new buttons. Choose which symbol that matches the button that you're trying to sync to your phone, start the sync, click the button when prompted to make the connection, and then once connected, you can assign it to whatever functionality you want that button to control. There are a ton of options that I'm displaying on the screen right now, really a lot that you can do with this app and a lot you can control. I think it is important to note that some of these features will not work if your car doesn't already have that functionality. For example, I can't put my Model 3 into plaid mode, but it is cool that this is built to work with all different cars' functionalities, not just listed to any single Tesla model. I was really impressed with how seamless this setup was. There was no delay getting the buttons to connect to the app, the transponder worked perfectly, and everything went very smoothly. So the way I ended up setting these buttons is I ended up doing 3 in the car and 3 outside of the car. For the 3 in the car, I chose to control the glove box because I always find myself fumbling through different screens to access how to open that. The second I did for the Frunk, so I had an easy shortcut. And the third, which I think is the coolest feature, is one that actually pops open the passenger side door. I didn't even realize you could do this with a button command. As much as I find it amusing to see people who've never driven in a Tesla fumble around with a doorknob the first time, honestly, sometimes it's annoying for me to have to reach across to open it for them if they can't figure it out. Now I've got a ready-made button that I can just press and it pops the door open. For the final 2 buttons, I actually ended up mounting them right by my charger. These gave me shortcuts to, again, open the Frunk, so if I needed easy access to that, I didn't have to reach in my pocket and grab my phone out if I was carrying something. The other one I actually had sync with the car charger panel so that I could press that, pop it open in advance when I was going to grab the charger, and just stick it right in. Yeah, it only saves a couple seconds, but I thought it was a cool feature and something I'll definitely use when I go to charge the car. As shown in the unboxing, this particular bundle also came with a MagSafe charger to mount your phone behind your steering wheel. Similar to the buttons, this adheres behind the steering wheel with 3M adhesive, so you simply have to pull that off and press it into place so that it will hold your phone in the desired location. Once that's into place, you take the wire and run it to whatever open USB-C you have available, tucking that wire into the seams along your middle console so it's not visible, and it's super easy to hide. If you've seen any of my other videos about running wires in your Tesla, there are plenty of crevices where you can tuck wires away. So once this is installed, you can see that you can just place your phone on it and it holds your phone in such a way where it actually lines up where you would look down and see your vehicle's information on a typical dashboard cluster display. And when you go into the TLYARD app and you select dashboard, what it does when you turn your vehicle horizontally is it displays a ton of information that would typically be on your infotainment display on your phone. You can customize this and tailor it to your needs and the type of information you want to see, which is really great. And once that's up and mounted, you no longer have to retrain yourself to say, hey, I need to go look on my infotainment display to the right, versus just looking down and seeing your miles per hour, your charge status, any kind of car alerts. They're all now in the place where you would typically look if you're driving a normal vehicle. So with all this installed and also using it for a few days, I wanted to give my review of what I think of this product. Well, to start with, the install was super easy. I have to admit, when I was sent this and I watched some direction videos, I was pretty nervous about having to wire anything into my car and remove panels. I've never had to do that before. I've seen plenty of people do it online, but I was a little apprehensive about that. I cannot stress enough about how easy this was. The panel came off super easy. It was literally just disconnecting and reconnecting a couple wires. There's no cutting of wires. There's nothing that's gonna void your warranty. Really couldn't have been easy enough. So install wise, don't be intimidated by doing any of this work. It's extremely easy and doesn't make your car look any different than it did when you purchased it. My only complaint would be that a lot of the hard directions that come with the set aren't all in English, and there are some things in the app that still haven't been converted to English. But the beauty of software is the fact that over-the-air updates will slowly update that so things progressively get more and more user-friendly. And you have videos such as mine or ones on the TLYARD website that will allow you to watch someone else install, which is what I did, to learn how to do this. So the lack of English directions in the box didn't really stop me from doing anything. There's plenty of content out there that show me exactly what I need to be doing to have an effective install. One of the other features that I liked within the app is that it lets you run everything in guest mode. What this means is I'm able to have this sync with different commands and use most of the different display functionality without logging into my Tesla account on the app. A lot of the multifunction buttons that you see online force you to sync the app with your Tesla account. Now, if you're concerned about security, this isn't always something you really want to do. I personally have only been using guest mode because I really want to limit the amount of third-party apps that I give access to my full Tesla account. And I'm sure a lot of people feel the same. The beauty of this app is you can do that. You can use it in guest mode and get most of the functionality out of the application. I think the app itself is great. There's plenty of different options for different commands if you need shortcuts and you find yourself frustrated with accessing different commands within your Tesla. I like the look of the apps. They do have more generic ones, but the Cybertruck design is really cool and really relevant right now with how hyped up the Cybertruck release has been. And general functionality, everything has worked great. I've had no sync issues. The charger works great for the heads-up display. There are some software kinks with the heads-up display and functionality that I think they need to iron out. It doesn't always work cleanly with some of the more advanced features that's built in. For example, you can switch the look of your car in the app to be a Cybertruck or a Model X or a Model Y or whatever car you're driving, and you can have it go into plaid mode and do all these cool things. Some of those features don't look as clean as they probably should, but again, over-the-air updates should eventually clean some of that up. As far as the actual information it's displaying, that stuff works fine. It's just some of the more quirky features that they still need to work on so they run smoothly on different phones. Honestly, the heads-up display was the biggest surprise for me of a useful feature of the app. When I got that, I thought, oh, the buttons are gonna be great. I don't know if I'm ever really gonna use the heads-up display. It's actually super nice to have that there and have the return to just flicking your eyes down to get your information while driving. It's definitely something that people who don't like to or want to relearn where to look should be interested in, because it gives you a very affordable alternative to hard installing some of those heads-up displays that you can buy from accessory stores online. So all in all, I think this is a very, very cool accessory and recommend it to anyone who's looking to have those actual physical button shortcuts to commands in their car, or are looking to have some kind of dashboard display and not have to solely rely on the infotainment display for your information. It's very cool, and with my discount code, it's actually pretty affordable compared to some of the other options out there to get multifunctional customizable buttons for your Tesla. With all the different commands that you can sync this to, you can really tailor these buttons to give you exactly what you need and potentially feel like you're lacking in your vehicle when you purchased it. And if you are someone who's looking for these features and are interested in this product or anything from TLYARD's website, remember to use my code mightymax at checkout to get 26% off your entire order. Anyways, that's all I had today. As always, if you like this content and you want to see more, please like, comment, and subscribe to see more. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.